Yes, it has begun. I have done a bunch of tests. I've done tests in arena, I've done tests in league raids, I've done tests in solo raids. But for this video, I'll just be showing you guys league raids and solo raids. I'm sure you have seen a lot of arena videos already. Now, MK1 Scorpion. Well, one thing I would say I'm happy for is that he's not as disappointing as Blue Beetle. At the moment, he has not shown that he's going to be like super OP, like he's going to be A-list yet. I'm sure somebody will figure something out, maybe even me might figure something out. But from all the tests I've done between yesterday and today, I have not really seen any sign that this guy is an A-lister. What's an A-lister? An A-lister to me is a character that on their own they can do damage. They don't so much need support of other characters. For example, Batwoman the Drowned, put her with a bunch of teams. She doesn't maybe need Raven to do bad damage or need Zatanna. She can do damage with Zatanna, with Robin King, with Arkham Knight Batman, with John Stewart Green Lantern, you name it. So she can get support from many characters and she on her own can do a lot of damage. The same thing with the League of Anarchy team, EPI, Adrika, the Queen. Without Raven, they can do damage with Supergirl, with Zatanna. So those guys are versatile, let me put it like that. So, but characters like Blue Beetle, characters like Constantine, characters like Shazam that rely on Raven to have any hope of one-shotting, and without Raven, they can't really do much. Those are bad characters. So this, to me, this character, I would say this character is more like a Mr. Freeze level character. So Mr. Freeze is a character that, okay, without Raven or without Beta Club, he's likely not going to one-shot, but if you give him a good enough team, he's going to be able to do a lot of damage for you. So I would say this character is on that level. What is giving me a bit of doubt is that this character at the moment is on 3 stars. So there's a big difference between 3 stars and 7 stars because the stats ramp up pretty massively between 3 stars and 7 stars. So at 7 stars, I'm pretty sure the damage I did in this match will be tripled. I'm pretty sure at 7 stars, this team with good enough artifacts, or even the same level, I have a level 9 Kryptonite Spear. That's the only support, that's 27k additional attack. That's the only additional attack I have in this match. With this same level of artifact at 7 stars, I'm sure this guy can at least get close to a billion. Let's not go too crazy. Let's say between 600 to a billion, somewhere around that range. I think this character can actually do that. But one thing I will say about MK Scorpion, the first match I played, you can see there were a lot of mistakes. The major issue facing this guy is his hazard. What would have made his hazard really good is if his hazard pinned the opponent, not opponent, what the hell am I saying? Pinned the opponent to a specific position. That is very important because you will notice anytime I do the special 3, the AI jumps and does a special. Not just jump, they jump and do a special. So most of them, they catch me off guard. That's why this first match was very bad because the AI just kept on jumping and jumping. And apart from the fact that this AI was jumping, this AI does a huge amount of damage. So this match was stacked against me right from the beginning. My team is not that strong. It's just 3 stars Scorpion. And my artifacts level 9 spear. Maybe if I had 2 different set of level 9 spear, maybe it would have been different. But yeah, you see that my characters died pretty easily in this match. But I learned a lot from this and I decided to try this team in league rates. Problem with league rates now is that the other bosses are pretty weird to fight against. For example, Captain Cold doesn't take crit, so you definitely need to use DMC. I did not want to use DMC on him because I don't feel at the moment that DMC is the best for him. Probably going to be one of the better ones, I would say. But personally, I feel Crown of Kanda Crawler is the best because this match made me know that Crown of Kanda Crawler would likely be the best for him. Now, you see, the first match I played against Firestorm, I was using Twin Blade and I did a decent amount of damage. But in this match, this is league grade. I don't have any support attack, and you will see me hitting up to 385k per dot on his basics, which now also brings me to another point, which is that his major damage comes when you do a special 3. So I was thinking maybe I can rely more on special 2, special 1. He has some damage that he does if he does other specials, which is that hotspot damage. But the major damage you're going to get from this guy is when you do his special 3. When you do his special 3, there will be hazard dot on the ground, but hazard dot is not even the main damage. It's the basic attack you're going to be hitting him that's the main damage. Only problem, like I said, when that hazard dot is on the ground, AI keeps jumping and it's difficult to pin him. Now, if you have Hand of Zatanna, that's amazing. This is going to lead me to the kind of artifacts that will be good for him. If you have Hand of Zatanna, imagine I had Hand of Zatanna on him. I'll pin the opponent to that position. They can't jump, and I'll just do my special one, and they become unblockable, and I'll just keep beating them. So Hand of Zatanna on Scorpion is going to be very good. Only problem is that's a pay-to-win artifact. On the artifact that would be good on him would be Social. Both on him and Raiden. You could actually switch either way. But with Social, it's going to do more damage the less power the opponent has. It's going to be stealing the opponent's power, and when the opponent has less power, they won't be able to do. You will be doing more damage. So the lower the power that the opponent has, the more damage you have. So you will see that there is a 600% damage that shows on the screen. That 600% is shown when the opponent has 0 power. So the more power they get, the less damage you're going to be doing. So that's why Sword of Salvation will be really good on MK Scorpion, or I wouldn't even say Raiden, because Raiden already has Sosa built in, but this guy could do with Sosa. Another artifact that could be good as well, to a lesser extent, is Sword of Sin. Why I don't like Sword of Sin is that yes, you power drain the opponent, but you won't have enough power to hit the boss and do your specials and continue to do your own damage. So Sword of Sin will be okay, but I don't think it's going to be the best to use. But if you're going to use Sword of Sin, I would say use Sword of Sin on Raiden. I'll probably test that at some point in the future. Sword of Sin on Raiden, then use Crown of Kandakula on him. With Crown of Kandakula on him, he will be able to do damage on his own, and also that's 300% damage from Crown of Kandakula, and he's also going to be able to generate power on his own, as you're going to see in the final match. So the first match already taught me a lesson that AI is going to be jumping constantly. Second match taught me a lesson that Crown of Kandakula is really, really good on this guy. That 300% damage actually does well for him. So by third match, I decided to use Crown of Kandakula on my MK Scorpion. I decided to use God Killer on my Raiden. The idea is that I won't use any special, because if you notice, if you notice in my second match, in the league grade match, I didn't really do specials with my Raiden. And I noticed I don't think I need to be doing specials with my Raiden. At least for now, maybe of course, like I said, things might change with more tests that I will going to do. But at the moment, I don't think I need to be doing specials with my Raiden. I just think Raiden needs to do his basics, drain the opponent, tag in Scorpion, do your specials, specifically your special 3, they hit the boss. Yeah, so that's the strategy I was going for in this match, and I was like, okay, to keep the opponent at the corner, I will use Get Over Here, use the special 2 to stun the opponent. The only problem now, I don't know where it is specified, because I read that special, it is not guaranteed to stun. It is a chance to stun. But I didn't see any percentage chance there. I didn't see like 80% chance to stun. I thought it's like this guy, Batman, Arkham Knight Batman, or any Batman in the game, that they just have stun on their special 2. It's not a chance to stun, it's just stun. Because there's some characters that have a chance to stun, but his own is just stun, just like that. But I didn't even see stun resist, so it means it's not even, it doesn't trigger all the time. It's a chance to stun on the special 2. It's not a guaranteed stun, and that actually messed up my plan for this match, because my plan was, okay, I'll do the special 3 and do a couple of basics if I can, if the AI doesn't jump too much, or if they jump, maybe block and swipe back, then do special 2 before they land. But that did not work, because sometimes I was able to stun them, I was able to do a lot of damage. Most times I wasn't, or let me say other times I wasn't able to stun the opponent. So yeah, you'll see that the major damage I would do is when the hazard is up, you need to keep the opponent on the hazard, and you need to be doing basics. So when you keep the opponent on the hazard, they are taking hazard damage. Is a good amount of damage, but not the best. But when you are doing basics while they are on the hazard, that's when you see my damage numbers were going to like 1 million, 1.3 million per basic, and it scales with fast attack. So if I can figure out a way, a gameplay where I can keep the boss or the opponent without, of course, having Hand of Zatanna or having any special artifact that can lock the opponent, that would be nice. That would be the best thing. I know one thing that you might want to say now is not Mr. Free, Sub-Zero. So Sub-Zero, if I use the clone, I can disable his basic and swipe, which technically means that this boss should not be able to jump. But the reason why I didn't use Sub-Zero was because Sub-Zero doesn't add to the damage of the match. It just gives you the ability to lock the opponent in one position that they can't do. They can block, but they can't jump or do swipe attacks. So yeah, Sub-Zero, I think that should be my next test. I will use Sub-Zero and see how feasible, because that effect only lasts for 25 seconds, which means every four times every minute you need to be targeting Sub-Zero to do the clone toss, and I feel like you're losing damage that way. But because of the way this boss played, that might be the only option to just make sure it's not able to jump. I will probably be trying Firestorm throughout this week. And let's see how it goes. I really don't care about the rewards. I just want to see how good this MK team can be. If you have any tips for me, drop it in the comment section. Yeah, thanks for watching the videos. If you enjoy my videos, smash the subscribe button. I'll see you on the next one.